What's going on, guys? I am back with another video, and in today's video I'm going to be talking about Cobra Kai season 4 and my thoughts on it, my review. And going into season 4, season 3 ended with Johnny and Daniel teaming up their dojos to combat Kreese, and this season Kreese tries to rekindle a friendship with the great Terry Silver, one of the greatest villains in pop culture cinematic history. Um, this season I binged it when it first came out at 3 a.m. With the boys, Kings of Pop Culture, and the first episode is one of the best episodes. One of the best first episodes to a season since Ace Degenerate for season 1 of Cobra Kai, and the first 3 episodes are, to me, one of the best of in the show as a whole. And there were a lot of complaints going into when I looked at season 3, that some critics and some fans said that some of the kids are kind of doing too much, committing too many crimes, and where are the cops. This season kind of reels that back, and it focuses on a lot of character development, and characters like Hawk, Tori, Robbie, Johnny, Miguel. They all get their shine, and I'm gonna start with the first character, Amanda, side character. Amanda has a lot to do this season. She connects with Tori, and Tori, they have like this connection where Amanda kind of knows where Tori is coming from and where she comes from. She gets to know about her home life, and she tries to help her. And that doesn't go well with Sam. And you know, I really like that Amanda reached out and she had a little bit more to do this season. And as far as Tori, she had one of the best arcs this season. I'm not the biggest Tori fan. I like their character. I like Peyton List as an actor, but there were a lot of moments like in season 3 where I was like, okay, she's kind of just like a cartoon villain, and I wanted more backstory on her, and that's what I kept asking for. In this season, it delivers on that. It gives you backstory on her and her home life. It doesn't really quite explain why does she tick, and why does she feel the need to like go after people and continue, because I feel like a lot of her mistakes are glossed over, especially in season 3. But I really liked her arc. And Hawk, um well, I should say Eli now. Hawk has one of, in my personal opinion, he has the best arc this season. It comes full circle where in the All Valley, I'll get to that in a minute, but he just goes, he tried, when the team up happens between Johnny's dojo and Daniel's dojo, he tries to basically win people over and trusting him, like Chris, Sam, and most importantly, it's Daniel. And Hawk kind of gets sidelined this season, but it's weird for me to say that he has the best arc, because he does kind of get sidelined, and he kind of suffers the Robbie treatment from season 3. But in my personal opinion, he has the best arc. Moving on to Robbie. I was a little disappointed in Robbie. I had a lot of high hopes for him, and he had kind of like the Anakin arc going for him, and I was up and down on it. Like, the first few episodes I liked, but with Robbie, but towards the middle I didn't really like where they were going with his character. He kind of just wasn't like the season 3 ending Robbie. He was just not Robbie. I know that kind of doesn't make any sense, but he was kind of like acting out of character. But he, I don't know. It was just weird. But moving on to Miguel. Miguel, a lot of people say that he was sidelined this season and it kind of pushed him back. I actually disagree. I think that out of a lot of the emotional aspects and scenes of the show, he has a lot of them. And specifically with Johnny, there's two in particular where I basically teared up, because it's the scene after the prom where he comes in and he finds Johnny drunk, and he basically kind of like tries to lift him up and basically like takes him in the room, and he basically, he tells him that, Johnny basically is telling Miguel, like, I'm trying to be a father, and Miguel's like, you're doing a great job, and then he says he loves Johnny, and Johnny says, I love you too, Robbie. And that kind of sets up Miguel's arc, of a bigger arc for Miguel in season 5 that I'll probably touch on in another video. But it was very sad to kind of see that scene, because Miguel thinks at that point, it was after Robbie said to him, you think my dad cares about you, you're just trying to make up for lost causes with me. It kind of brings that full circle. And I love that what this show did this season is that what characters say to another character, and then they'll remember that when they react to something with a different character. And I really like that. And I gotta say, with Johnny really, this is arguable from a father aspect of his character, this is the best season yet, because the biggest problem that Johnny has as a character is that he doesn't know how to be a father to Robbie. He knows what to say to Miguel, but he doesn't know what to say to Robbie. Not in that particular scene because he was drunk, but it kind of, Johnny was the MVP as far as like the adults, in my honest opinion. He was trying, and he still, makes those mistakes, but he really was trying with Robbie this season. I love that. And there's anything that I'll talk about later, but Sam, one of my 3 favorite characters, Sam the Goat LaRusso. I already know a lot of people are gonna hate Sam this season. They already hate her in general, but I loved Sam this season. There were times where I was like, okay, you need to calm down, and a lot of the reviews said that she was kind of belittling and, vindictive. She was vindictive, but I didn't really get the vibe that she was really belittling. I just felt like it was kind of trying to get payback. But, there were moments where I was like, okay, you're doing too much. But I loved Sam's arc this season. I like when heroes of a show, they kind of like embrace the dark side. And it was kind of like an opposite of Miguel in a way, where Miguel kind of embraced his dark side towards the end of season 1, and then he became more balanced as seasons progressed. But with Sam, I liked what they did with her and Johnny interaction. And in my honest opinion, a lot of people were saying that it was Johnny's fault. I don't see it that way. I just think that Sam took the strike first method to heart, and she tried to implement it in her mind. And there were some interactions where, in disagreements with her father, like her and Daniel, where, in my honest opinion, I was kind of agreeing with her, because, and I'll get to Daniel in a minute, but sometimes you have to strike first. And then this season really kind of showed that Johnny's method really it does have its benefits, and sometimes you have to do it. And with Sam, she's a character that does strike first, she fits more of Johnny's philosophies. And that's kind of like weird, because like Miguel, he fits more of Miyagi-Do than Sam does. Sam fits more of, Sam is Miyagi-Do obviously, but like Sam, it fits more of the strike first mantra, in my honest opinion. But moving on to Daniel. Daniel um was very frustrating this season, in my opinion. I love Daniel as a character, but this season was kind of reminding me of season one Daniel. And Daniel, uh, I feel for him with the whole Miyagi thing, but he's got to understand that Miyagi is Miyagi's methods are not always best in certain situations. And I felt like I was really agreeing with Johnny this season. In the past seasons, I would agree with, like, depends on the situations, but I felt like Johnny was right a lot of times this season. And I I hope that in season 5 that Daniel and Johnny can really come to a understanding. They kind of do at the end of season 4, but I want them to really come to an understanding, and you know that they can accept both methods and stuff. They had a lot of great scenes together. Moving on to Kreese, played by Martin Cove. I love Kreese this season. I have been saying for the past year now that Kreese is not as bad as Terry Silver. Now, I'll get to Terry Silver in a minute, but Kreese cares about Johnny. And Kreese has two sides to him, and he still has. It reminded me of the flashback scenes in season 3 where they're giving you more backstory on Kreese, and that that Vietnam War really did a number on Kreese and Silver. I'll get to Silver in a minute, but Kreese, he has this conflict this season towards the latter half where he wants to win, but he wants to win the right way, and Terry Silver wants to win the dirty way. And with Terry Silver coming back, played by Thomas Ian Griffin, who did an amazing job this season. He stole the show, in my honest opinion. But with Johnny, Terry, you have Kreese. He's still that Palpatine type character. He has that type character where he does still have that manipulation tactics, and he kind of like did that with Silver this season. And then it came back to bite him in the ass because Silver, he kind of set him up and got him thrown in jail with because of the Stingray debacle. But I really love that dynamic between Martin Cove and Thomas Ian Griffith and Terry Silver. I mean, they give you. It was a little bit of a retcon, but they give you like a reason on why he was the way, why he was acting the way he was in Karate Kid Part 3. He was on coke. He was doing all types of crazy stuff, and I thought it was a little bit of retcon, but I liked it. It explains a lot. But my nitpicks, I would have to say, like, with that I am so happy that teenage drama is done for, but there was this prom episode that I did not like. It was kind of too much. It felt like He's All That a little bit, especially the fight scene. Just felt like it didn't need it to be like, just conflict. I understand they were trying to set up the All Valley, but it just didn't need to be set up that way. There are times where like the kids need to just have a night to themselves. But the All Valley was pretty good for the most part. I wouldn't say the All Valley is better. This All Valley is better than the first one, but as far as like intensity wise, but I will say that this All Valley, as far as like trying to predict it, you're not gonna be able to predict it if you first watch. The winner is unexpected. The winner is Tori. I actually like the idea of Tori winning the All Valley. I would have preferred Robbie, but the way there's a scene in the prom episode where Tori says to Robbie that if she can just get that trophy, it means that she did something good at something, and I like that. And technically she didn't win, but she did win because Terry Silver bribed the ref, and I called that. I knew that was happening. But that was a great arc for Tori. And with the ending, Kreese gets arrested. Terry Silver sets him up, and you know, Daniel has to shut down Miyagi-Do, but he brings in Chosen, and Chosen's back, and he's coming back for season 5, and I'm really interested to see that. And Miguel, he runs away. He wants to find his father, and I feel like with Miguel, he's gonna have a lot more conflict with Johnny, because Johnny messed up in this part where he was putting too much pressure on Miguel, and it was kind of like a play when Kreese put too much pressure on Johnny in the '85 All Valley tournament. But that's why he leaves. And the scene that got me teared up was Robbie going to Johnny and basically coming home, and he says he doesn't want to fight with Johnny anymore. And I teared up. I cried. I've been waiting for that since like season 1, and I really love that scene. And I'm excited for season 5. Season 4 there's not a bad season of Cobra Kai, but this is my least favorite, I would say. But I do love this season. Actually, no. Season 2 is my least favorite because of the low drama. I actually like season 4, 1 and 3 the best. Season 2 is my least favorite, but I do love that season still. But that's gonna do it for today's video, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace.